Hello, Twitch. Twitch, hello. Hello. Hang on. Um, Twitch, you gonna start for me, buddy? Hang on. Sorry, YouTube. Sorry, hang on. We should be live for real. Okay. That's good. For some reason, OBS has been like giving me a headache today and just crashed on me like 3 times. So if this stream at any points crashes, I apologize. It's not my fault, I think. Speaking of things that are at least fixed now, though, I fixed my chat box so I can actually read the chat without having to, like, scroll through several pages to see what people are saying. I can actually just, like, see it now. I don't know why I wasn't fixing before. All I had to do was close it down and reset it, and then everything worked just fine. I don't know why it was being weird before. Let me just go ahead and get some stuff pulled up to make sure that we are all good to go. And then I can also get it tweeted out, and then we can just kind of get into it, because we do have, like, the plan today is to, no matter what, finish all 6 of the cat stories, even if all of them are like 45. I don't think they're all that long. I think like the first 2 that we read were like 20 minutes a piece or something. But like, let's say like the last one's like an hour and a half. We're not quitting halfway through. We're locking in. We're doing it. Hello, Twitch. Hello. I'm just trying to get the stream pulled up on Twitch. Hey, please work. I don't know why my internet's everything's being a little finicky today. Maybe I needed to do a little reset on everything before we got started today. But you know, I mean, the stream itself says it's doing just fine. Hey dear, how's it going? How's your day been? Thanks for being here. We're just gonna be reading some stories about some cats today, while hoping that everything doesn't fall apart. But yeah, no, how are you doing today? What have you been up to? Me, I've just been doing normal, getting ready for the week stuff. I went grocery shopping, did a bunch of that. That was basically a lot of my early day. And not only did I not wake up and get out of bed till like nearly 11, but then I spent like the next 2 hours just grocery shopping. It's a fun time. Hello? Nothing's pulling up. And I sadly don't have any more updates about the rat story, just because I just simply, nothing's happened. Nothing's happened with them all. Hang on, okay, so I can get the link for this one. Thank you. Thanks YouTube for actually working. I think there might just be something wrong with Twitch today, maybe. Because that was the one that... Also, I'm typing, and we all know how poorly my brain works. Finish. I did not mean to type in that. Don't mind the sound of me typing. But yeah, just like nothing's happened with it. I haven't been able to find the mouse. I've tried luring it out with stuff. Like I've tried like putting like the scent of like cat litter around where like the mice are at, and it just doesn't seem to bother them anymore. I think they just simply, it's like Maharaga from JJK. They just kind of adapted and overcame the terrible scent, you know? And it is kind of scary, I'm not gonna lie. I've been prepping for work tomorrow, 2BH. What about the tea update? Do you mean for your tea or for the tea that I've been drinking? Which one? Because for your tea, it should be all good to ship it out tomorrow, just because... Okay, I'm actually kind of mad about this. I went to a specific store, I'm not gonna say which, to get it shipped out and like get everything ready for it, because you know I need to get like a label and do like a customs form and get everything like that filled out. And they just it was like a very busy day. Like this whole week has been super big. Granted, somehow even though I can't do that much, I'm like somehow busier than ever, just because I have like doctor's appointments and stuff like non-stop. Like, this upcoming week, I have a couple orthopedics appointments. Then I also have to get, like, some, like, stuff done to my neck, just because there's some stuff going on there that I'm not going to go too much into, and stuff like that. So, like, it was a busy week. And I go... Oh, the sacrifices you make for me, my darling. I know. I'm truly the strongest soldier. But, like, listen. I go in, okay? Like, and it's like 30-40 minutes before they close, and I'm like, that should be more than enough time to get, like, a box and everything. And they tell me, hey, dog, we can't give you a customs form to fill out until you have, like, all the stuff here. And I asked them, like, hey, but your website says that I can just take all this home, get it filled out there, and then I can bring in all the stuff to then show you. So then, like, you know, we can just, like, do this process, like, at my convenience, essentially. And they just go, nope, we'll give you a box, though. You can buy a box from us, but, no. We can't give you any of the forms. And it's like, okay. Thanks. That's not helpful at all. So tomorrow, my plan is to, after my orthopedics appointment, I'm going to pack everything up. And then I'm going to, no, they do suck. They suck hard. I don't, because again, on their website, you can just, like, get one printed off and fill it out beforehand. So, like, I'm probably going to do that to get it printed out beforehand. But, because, like, the fact that you can do that and they say on their website that you can just go in to get one from them, I thought I'd be fine to just walk in and get it. Because, like, I don't have a working printer. So, like, I'll just have to, like, it's fine. Like, I can just go over to someone else's house to get it printed out. It's just like, why don't you guys just do what you advertise on your website? That would make things so much easier. And in terms of, the tea that I drink update, it's just they can't suck harder than me. Oh, are you bragging about that now? Okay. I don't know. I think they might be trying to fight you for that trophy. They were working hard at it. May-E. I don't know what May-E means, but you know, whatever. But like, I don't know. Maybe maybe you are bragging. Okay, listen. As long as you're proud of it, that's really all that matters. Like, I'm not gonna judge you for it. Also, I have not finished typing this out. I think my ADHD is getting, like, significantly worse. Oh my gosh, I've misspelled half of these words. I think my ADHD has gotten significantly worse in, like, the past couple of weeks. I cannot, like, function and do two things at the same time. Like, when I was, like, sending you those pictures, I just started typing in everything I was saying. Oh, good. Hang on, I'm gonna go silent for just a minute to get this tweeted out. Okay. Twitch. I still haven't even gotten the Twitch link just because Twitch is being weird. So again, I don't think it is actually OBS's fault that, like, it was struggling to start when I was trying to start the Twitch stream. I think Twitch is just being weird today. So let's go ahead and go like that, and then I'm just gonna grab this link. Are you working? You're kind of working. I can pull it up, sort of. I'm just gonna close out of Twitch really quick. There we go. I think that's good for today. That's good. I don't need to add anything else. This has been a nightmare working with Twitch. Why, Yasko, you want to find out? I mean, listen, if you're offering that, you know, aggressive eyebrow wiggle. I've never seen someone aggressively wiggle their eyebrows. I might need to see more of that because I've never actually experienced that before. Let's just go ahead and pull me over there. Blop blop. Maybe I am. Who's the say? I mean, that's what it sounds like you're saying. So. I gotta get the good stretch in there. I mean, granted, I am, like, very illiterate. I'm kind of dyslexic, you know? I'm kind of struggle to understand most things, but that's what it sounds like. Like, my shoulders are so tight today. Oh my gosh. It's probably because I, like, literally just, like, wait, what was I saying before? Oh my gosh. I feel so all over the place. Yeah, I was talking about when I was sending you the pictures. It took me, like, 20 minutes to send that just because I started just scrolling through all of the other pictures that I have on my phone and being like, look at this one, look at that one. Like, my brain cannot stay focused on one thing anymore. That's what, like, if I'm ever sending a message to anyone, it'll probably be an extensive progress because the smallest thing will just completely and totally distract me from it. So it's like, it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle. I think I need to get back on, like, some ADHD pills. Also, my eyes can just not stay open. It's just like last time. I'm just sitting here winking at you, you know? I'm winking at you because of all the offers and such. But yeah, no, in terms of, like, my tea drinking, it still sucks because I get committed to, like, if I spent money on something, stop aggressively winking at me. No, I will not stop. Listen. I can't control it. It's just what my body does, you know? Like, does it look like I'm doing this on purpose? No, I'm not. It just happens to me. I can't control these bodily functions. Like, I have a hard time of being like, listen, we were talking about it earlier. Like, listen, I can't afford to buy half a McChicken. You have to offer to buy me the other half earlier. So it's like, listen, I'm not gonna get rid of these tea bags until the only way I'm getting rid of these is if I drink all of them, because the entire point of having them is to make me feel better. It's not about the taste, because if I was eating and drinking all the stuff that I wanted for taste, I just wouldn't be eating or drinking most of the things I am, because I don't like most of the things that are good for like the anti-inflammatory stuff. So I'm like, I'm not here for the taste, I'm just here for the good effects. And you know, I feel like it's working, because like maybe if you brewed the tea properly it would taste better. How dare you? I follow the instructions on the back of that tea box to a T. Get it? To a T. And it still tastes like just hot water. Sometimes, honestly, I've somehow like had it sometimes taste even worse than just being hot water before, and I don't know how that happens. Yeah, well, I'm British. Yeah. How would you like to explain how you do it? How do you brew your own green tea? What do you do for that? Because my box says bring water to a boil. I do that. Then it says to take it off of the burner for a minute. I do that. I literally, like, my watch has like the second counter on it, so I just sit there and I just do it exactly. And so then after that happens, it says to pour it in the thing and put the tea bag in there and leave that for a minute to 2 minutes. And so I leave it for 2 minutes, and then it's just water. I don't drink green tea. Is that you saying that you're British, so you have like better taste in tea, or is like, or what? What are you trying to say here, huh? I will make you a video of how to brew proper British tea. I'll teach you how to be cultured. Thank you, thank you. I would greatly appreciate that, because I can't help but feel like I'm doing something wrong. Because again, I've talked to several people who say that they like the taste of just green tea. Like, again, they just raw dog green tea and say that they love it and it's their favorite drink. And I'm just saying, like, either they don't explain it very well and their favorite drink is actually just water, but they like the health benefits of green tea. By the way, do you still have your toggles? Yeah, I still got my stuff, like, wop, 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 bloop, 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 bloop. Wait. There's that one. There's this one. I have me getting all blushy on a different one, so I had to like figure like, wait, which one is it? Yeah, no, I feel so lied to because so many people tell me that's their favorite thing ever. And then so when I started like trying to brew my own green tea, I wasn't expecting to love it. I was just expecting it to not just be water, you know? The blushy, what, you like this one? You like this one? Let me see the blush. There you go, there you go. Listen. Yeah, I think you, when was it? It was like months ago. You said you were going to try and get the blushy boy to come out. So it still hasn't happened yet. Outside of you requesting it. That doesn't count, though. That's cheating. That's cheating. Yeah. See, aren't I adorable? I do love these expressions. They're all so good. Hang on. Now I'm angry and blushy. I do love combining them, though. They look so funny. Being all flustered while being angry at the same time. I'd smooch that. Oh, thank you. What does being scared and blushy look like? This is if I was playing like a horror game and then I got like cheap view. How dare you? Oh, is this going to be one of the people who like I'm going to try and ban them? And then failed to load module. Chat, please. Bot detected, Mr. President. Hang on. Okay, now it's working. Oh, why do they make their names so long? It's so then it's harder to ban them. But it's fine. I don't understand why people do stuff like this. Because it's just like, does this actually ever work on anyone? There we go, it worked. We did it. We nailed it. Thank you for detecting that, the bot. Thank you. It's so weird. Oh, hello. I'm still scared. There we go. Who just clapped their cheeks? I think, is Plastico here? I think Plastico's the only person that I actually have modded. Because I just haven't modded people, so that'd probably be them. I banned them, so it's probably Plastico who deleted their message. Because I struggle to do that. I've looked it up a couple of times, and like it makes sense after I do it, but it's one of those things of like, you don't do it for a long time, so you just forget how to do it. Like when I first got back into streaming, I was like, how do I like raid people again? I don't know how to do that. you know? I don't even remember how to like make people mods. I was gonna ask if you wanted to be a mod, but like, because I trust you to wield that kind of power, but I don't remember how to do it. Hang on, I'm gonna look it up because I don't remember how to do like most things on Twitch, because I took like such a long break after I learned how to do that kind of stuff that I completely forgot how to do. There we go. Oh, it's that easy. It's that easy. So yeah, if you wanted to be a mod, I can mod you. Oh. Mm. Good water. Good water. So much better than green tea. Ugh. I don't know if I'd be able to make streams of war. No, listen, that. You know what? That's totally fine. That's totally fine. Because I do kind of stream at like a horribly inconvenient time for you. And I would rather you get sleep and get like take care of yourself and feel good in the morning than come and see them. So yeah, that does make sense. Because like what? Like when I start streaming at like normal times, this is the only one decent time for me. Yeah, I figured if I'm streaming on the weekends, since like I don't have work, it's like, oh well, I can just do it like earlier. Like I can do it at the time that I like to on the weekend. So I was like, I'm gonna keep doing that. Because, like, what? Like, when I stream at, like, the normal times, like, during the week, it's, like, either, like, 1 to 3 a.m. for you or something. Like, if it's at, like, on Wednesdays where I don't get to streaming till, like, 8 or something, it's, like, 3 a.m. So it's, like, yeah, no, that's totally fine. That makes sense. So I totally understand that. Oh, my shoulders are so tight. Oh, also, I should talk about like actually how streams are gonna be this upcoming week. You get paid tomorrow. I can get the McChicken. Thank you so much. I need that McChicken. I've been waiting for it. I need it now. I went to McDonald's and they told me that they don't accept Monopoly money, and I'm like, what do you mean? Oh, hey, whoa, look at that. Hang on. Some stuff has happened over here that I haven't called out. Apparently. I didn't notice. Hang on. Let me go to video producer really quick. Hang on. Community. Followers list. Oh my gosh, thank you so much to ItVicky121 and Hinuku for the follows. Thank you so much for that. Oh my gosh. We're only 2 away from 60 followers. That's hype. Let's go. I just looked down and I noticed like I have a little progress bar down at the bottom for like followers and stuff, and I was like, wait, that looks so much more full than it did last time. That's crazy. But yeah, so the streams for this week are going to be a lot of Studio Lawn stuff, just because the Game Jam is wrapping up essentially. Like I believe all the games are fully coming out and being like kind of like first dibs on them is going to be happening on like October 1st. That's when they're like being put out there, I believe. So I'm not going to be playing anything that day. Those are going to be going live over on Nue's channel. So if you want to like see more of that, then go check them out. But after that, the rest of us has free reign to play and stream those games whenever we want to. So I'm absolutely going to do that. I was hoping to do like a whole week of just playing those games. I don't think that's going to happen just because that's like just a lot more streaming than like I can fit into a week. So we're just gonna get started with those this upcoming week. Probably doing like some streams on either Tuesday or Thursday for those, a little bit on the weekend, just cause all 4 of them look so cool and I'm so ready to play them. And I'm sure that stuff like the Upwards Rain is gonna make me cry, cause it just seems so sad and so cute, and I'm not emotionally ready for them. But I'm also very excited. But yeah, that's basically all we're going to be streaming this week. I did see that people really liked the Epic reaction video that we did, the Epic stream, and it's like, I don't know if we're going to be able to fit that in this week. I don't know. Because I really want to play all these other games. It's sort of like if we fit it in, then we'll fit it in. If not, we'll just do it the week after. But yeah, no, those are all coming out, and I'm super excited. I was actually getting them all downloaded and ready to go right before stream started, so I'm ready for that. But I don't think there's anything left to update. So I think if we are all good there, then we can probably just jump on into the cat stories. Just because, again, we do have 6 stories to get through. All probably gonna be around like 15 to like 30-ish minutes a piece. So like it's probably better to get into them now. is my opinion. And let me actually just make sure. Oh, also, actually, there is one more thing I want to talk about. So, for you, dear, since you weren't there in the last stream, I don't think. The last stream ended in the greatest way possible. We got done reacting to like half of Epic, almost done with Act 1, and then I was like, oh, I want to go raid someone. So we actually raided Lore, the creator of the Headwell Lost, right as they ended stream, and it was the greatest thing ever to just pop in there to just see ending stream. And I was like, of course. One of the few times I raid someone is right as they're ending. That is exactly something I would do. I was laughing so hard about it. I thought it was the funniest thing. Yeah, no. Now with that being said, I think we're good to get into it. I need to make sure I actually unmute the game this time, because that was another thing I did in a previous stream. It was when we were streaming twofold. I just completely forgot to unmute the game for the full like first hour. It wasn't until Ari raided us and we had more people in there to be like, hey dog, there's no audio, and I was like, oh good lord, you're right, there's no audio. That sucks. Oh good lord. Because especially in the game where it has voice acting, like if they didn't have voice acting and I was just reading everything, it'd be a little bit better, because then when all the characters talk, it's not just silence. Whereas if there is voice acting and we just stop to listen to them talk, for the full first hour, whenever any of the characters were actually talking, it was just silent the entire time. So I killed it. We did so good. But yeah, with that being said, let's go. Lamau, your scuff luck. Exactly. Only I would do that. It was incredible though. But again, it's one of those moments like it's not like a bad thing or anything, so I'll take it. Specifically the raiding in to like someone ending their stream. I just thought it was hilarious. I got a good kick out of it. But yeah, let's jump in to this first one. I don't remember any of the voices I gave the cat, so we're just gonna wing it from here. What the? Why? What the? My guy. Why? 2 in 1 go? Oh wait, is it? Oh, so someone tried to do another one of those, hey guys, best viewers on yada 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 website. They were already restricted. Because I think my my bots are getting better at detecting these guys. I've kind of figured that like people like this would be like immediately on like that kind of list, like not letting people like just link stuff whenever they want. This is also why like people, when they come in and ask to like link stuff, I just kind of immediately go like, yeah, no, I'm sorry, but like no, nah, you're good, it's okay. Like I did feel a little bad because like when we were reacting to Epic at the end of it, like right as we were ending, someone came in and asked if they could link a song, and I was like, oh yeah, no, like don't like plug stuff here, like that's one of my rules and everything, until I realized like we were reacting to a musical, so maybe it was like related to Epic. So, but regardless, you know what? It happened. It's in the past. It's one of those things. But yeah, with all that being said, let's get on into it. Something absolutely terrible has happened. In the 3 lives I've lived so far, I've never encountered something so awful. Francis, our dear beloved human, giver of snacks and belly rubs, has a boyfriend. Technically speaking, they are not dated yet. Who cares about the technicalities? I let out a dissatisfied hiss in Cream's general direction. Just look at her, constantly staring at that glowing small box and practically swooning. She's happy. What's wrong with that? I'll tell you what's wrong. She's been feeding us later and later because she's busy with him. As if on cue, Frances laughs to herself as she stares at her device. I know it's a boyfriend because she talks about him out loud to us all the time. Oh, Phaeton, this guy is so nice. Yuck. I cast my gaze on Her Majesty, who has yet to give her thoughts. You don't like him either, do you? Silence. You doth protest too much. Her Majesty swats me with her paw. Despite how soft she looks, her swat packs a real wallop. Youch, come on! She hath not been romantically involved for quite some time, if memory serves. Not the cats calling me out, Lamau. I felt exactly the same way. I wasn't gonna say it, but I did feel a little called out there too. Yeah, I can't remember the last time Francis brought someone over, and she hasn't even brought this guy over yet. But what if she does? Will I have to share my food and Francis time with him? We have our ways of handling the matter. Should the situation get out of hand, worry not. Easy for you to say. Francis has had Her Majesty the longest, so she's the first in the pecking order. Well, not to mention that she's crazy strong. I talk a big game, but I never go against her. You sure you don't want to use some of your magic to drive him away? Oh, yeah. So for those who aren't aware of what the cats are, there's some, like, eldritch horror monsters who, in one of the endings of this game, completely wipe Francis's memory of Rai. And it's just like, yeah, no, that's just the thing the cats can do. They actually do have magic. Like, unironically, when we first read this cat story, I was just saying, like, oh, this is just gonna be some silly little goof. They don't actually have magic. They just think that they're bigger game, like, they have bigger game than they actually think they do, kind of thing. But no, they just casually wipe away magic. I mean, wipe away Francis's memory with their magic. And then when Rai comes over to be like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so sorry, I've been trying to get in contact with you for so long, the cats just go, hey, dog, listen, you gotta get out of here before we take you out. And Rai's just like, yeah, no, it's probably for the best if I left her anyway, if it was, like, causing her, like, that much, like, turmoil. And I was like, good lord, these cats are, like, some kind of, like, again, just like Eldritch Abomination. Phaeton. Fine, fine. How many times must we tell you, magic does not solve all problems. It's done a fine job up till now. Her Majesty lets out a deep sigh. You are young yet. You will learn whether on this life or another. With that, she walks away and perches on the windowsill to people watch. I don't get what her fascination with the world out there is, but I guess Her Majesty's ways aren't for peons like me to comprehend. At least Francis looks happy. You have to learn to stop making mountains out of molehills, my friend. Huh? What's a molehill? Her Majesty is right. You are still young yet. These two are always saying things I don't understand. Well, for now, I better keep an eye on Francis. If that guy steps one toe out of line, he better hope he never comes face to face with my razor-sharp claws. Nya! Oh, dang, that was a lot shorter than I remember. We might actually, like, fly through this. This might be a shorter stream than I thought. Again, watch the last one be like an hour-and-a-half long epic. That would be so funny. Like, the cats just have to, like, take on some, like, horrible out-of-world monstrosity or something like that. It would seem as though at least one of Phaeton's worries has come to pass. That harbinger of death is cooking breakfast for Francis. The relationship is proceeding unabated. I can't pronounce that word. I can say it in my mind, but I'm struggling to pronounce it. We sniff in his general direction, somewhat spitefully. Mayhaps his intentions for our girl are good, yet the heavy scent of death wafts through the apartment. We cannot say that we care much for it. Why the long face, Your Majesty? We cannot approve of Francis tying her destiny to such a man. He shall only ruin her happiness in the end. In our many years, we have seen too many a sad tale to look upon the pair with optimism. Such pairings rarely turn out. I shall presume to repeat the advice I gave to Phaeton. You must not make mountains out of molehills, Your Majesty. Unlike the whelp, we know full well what she is referring to with such words. You believe that we overly worry? A little bit of caution is good, but too much spoils every chance of happiness. You speak as though you have some experience with such matters. Cream is a mysterious one, perhaps even more so than us. Even now, we know little about her, only that she is on the last of her 9 lives. As if sensing our thoughts, Cream looks up to meet our gaze with a Cheshire grin. I do have experience, yes. I have acted when I should have waited, and waited when I should have acted, and when I wanted to repent, they were no longer by my side. Hardly an uncommon occurrence, yet her words stir something in my heart. Something like pity, though Cream hardly deserves such a thing. 'Twould be unbecoming for me to pity her when she lives her life without looking back, unlike us. So while it might not be advisable, I say let them be. Oh, I think this is Crave saying this. Unlike us, Francis has but one life to live. She cannot afford such heavy regrets. What if it doesn't work out? What if he just has more regrets in the end? Isn't that what pets are for? To comfort her when she's low? You talk a big game for someone who was so scared when he walked in the door. At that, Cream finally flusters. Well, I can hardly help my natural instincts, can I? Still, I was closer to him than either of you. Instincts, huh? So deep down you don't like him either. It's not about me liking him or not. It's not about me liking him or not liking him. What matters is that Francis likes him, and I want Francis to be happy. That, at least, is something we can agree with. Should things go wrong, though, we are loath to use our powers, save for matters of absolute necessity. We do have some methods at our disposal. Keep an eye on him, Phaeton, if he does anything untoward. As we speak, the Dullahan turns in our direction. Though he possesses no eyes, we can sense his gaze. He should not be able to understand cat language, but perhaps he can sense one of his own kind nearby. We can hardly hide our regal status after all. Does he fancy himself observant? We shall have to make sure he stays on his best behavior while under Francis's roof. As the first order of business, however, we shall rub ourselves all over his belongings to assert dominance. A queen's fur is difficult to remove, young Dullahan. The weirdest thing that cats do is just the rubbing on everything. As soon as you bring anything new into the house, it's just like all three cats are just like, no, we need to rub ourselves all over this to assert dominance like that. It's just like, why? It's so weird. No, so I think this might be like what is it? What's the super sad movie where the dog just dies over and over? I'm gonna look this up because I don't remember, but it's giving me like very much so that vibes. Hang on. Dog movie where it dies over and over. A Dog's Purpose. That one. Lassie? I don't know. No, isn't that the one where the kid falls in the well or whatever? No, it's A Dog's Purpose. It's the whole point of the movie is like a dog is here to like, be with people and to help them and be like great emotional support, as dogs are. The best thing that has ever come from this world. And so the whole point is like when the dog dies, it gets reincarnated into a new dog and then helps the new owner. And then it dies and it gets reincarnated into like to help the next owner. It's giving off very much so like those vibes. Like every single one of these cats' lives is like another chance for them to like help a person, And that movie is so genuinely heartbreaking. Me and some friends, we had like a thing going where if we're all single on Valentine's, we'd all just watch a movie together. And back-to-back times, we watched that one and then the sequel. And it's just... they're like genuinely heartbreaking movies because it's just a doggo trying their best, and then you have to watch it like die every single time they're with someone. So like I think in like the first movie he dies like 3 or 4 different times, and they're always like the most like heartbreaking things ever to watch. Like I can't watch them. I thought I actually liked them as movies. I just can't help to like them. Hang on. I mean, I can't help to watch them. Good water, good. Francis's boyfriend is coming to visit today, but what I've pieced together by listening to what she said aloud and going through her phone, very painstakingly with these chubby paws, I can gather that he is some sort of famous person. That would explain why she spends more of her time looking at her phone than actually going out with him, or him coming to the apartment. Needless to say, Francis is very excited for today. However... no, this isn't quite right either. Yuck, what is that smell? Phaeton sneezes 4 times in a row to signal his dissatisfaction. I am more mature and used to such matters, so I merely sneeze once. All morning, Francis has been mixing different scents together. I believe she plans to gift the Headless One some sort of perfume. I can't see why it's necessary for him, but Francis looks happy. That's all well and good, but I wish he would consider us cats. Our senses are different from that of humans. Oh no, I'm so sorry. It's a pretty strong smell, huh? She immediately begins cleaning and then sprays something out of a bottle, another scented thing. Wait, would Febreze just make it worse in this situation? Yes, absolutely it would. Phaeton sneezes a few more times. I myself run under the couch to hide from the smell, unable to take it any longer. Frances is now in a bit of a panic, pacing around the kitchen and wondering what she should do about all this. At last, it seems as though Her Majesty has had just about enough of this nonsense. She jumps down from her usual perch and up onto the windowsill. Then, still with her effortless grace, she paused at the window glass. Ah, I see she's signaling to Frances to open the window to let the smell out. Our Frances, being an intelligent one, she gets the message immediately. After marveling about how smart Her Majesty is, and so on and so much, Frances cracks open the window. While it still smells, there is some instant relief when some of the scent finally fades. He has barely come through the door, and yet here we are, already being terrorized by these strong scents meant for him. Now. Still, hiding under the couch, I hardly have the wherewithal to defend Frances's boyfriend. Yes, I am glad that Frances is happy, but I hope this sort of thing doesn't happen too regularly. Otherwise, let alone Phaeton and Her Majesty, I myself cannot approve of this union. Okay, the Yvette is actually at the post office now. Let's go. Does that mean it's going to be like arriving sooner today instead of tomorrow? Or is it something I have to go pick up? I don't, because like that's how like some people are, like if something arrives at the post office, they go to get it, or they just like wait for it to arrive. So like, yeah, is it going to arrive today, or is it still planned for tomorrow? Also, I love talking when I'm bringing the water bottle up to my lips and it just becomes super echoey like that. I'm sure that sounds great on the microphone. I'm sure that sounds wonderful. I know it stinks, but I'm hoping that these essential oils will help Rye sleep better. He doesn't get much sleep. He's such a workaholic. On the other paw, she is doing a kind deed for the man she loves. I myself shudder to think of what would happen if I couldn't have at least 18 hours of sleep. I finally dare to leave my hiding spot, rubbing up against Frances's leg in support. Aw, Cream, you're so cute. Yes, I am. I can say with certainty that I am the most adorable cat in this entire building. Who's my good girl? Who's Mommy's good girl? That's right, Cream, you are. I flop over and expose my belly, which she rubs and scratches alternately with relish. You're such a suck-up. Whatever gets me on my belly rubs. I don't want to listen to a sore loser's whining. Shut up. Was that childish of me? Don't worry, Frances. Smelly as it may get at times, you're adorable. Your adorable Cream shall defend your future happiness. Just keep the belly rubs coming, okay? Okay, so I'm going to make a tiny little guess that each of these are just going to be from the cats. Like, number 4 is going to be Phaeton, number 5 is going to be Her Majesty, and then number 6 is going to be Creeb again. I think that's a pretty good, like, guess at how this is going. I can't believe that bastard attacked Frances. This is all that headless guy... Oh, this jumped forward, like, way into the future. This is right after, the crazy fan attacked Frances, and Rye went down and almost murdered the man on the spot. That was a fun time. Definitely not dramatic for anyone there in the slightest. This is all that headless guy's fault. It's all his fault. Frances got targeted by that psycho, and it's his fault that Her Majesty is beating herself up over it, too. After all, her mission is to protect Frances. For something to happen so close to our home, right under her nose, honestly, I feel pretty bad about it too. Even though I know I couldn't have done anything. I'm only on my 3rd life. Between the 3 of us, I'm definitely the weakest one. A 3rd lifer is barely sentient, Her Majesty would say. So, even though it annoys me to admit it, in the end, that headless guy saved Frances's life. I think that's what bothers Her Majesty the most, that he could do what she couldn't. But that doesn't count when he's the reason she got hurt in the first place. Damn him. I knew we should have run him out of here earlier. I'm going to give him a piece of my mind. The headless guy closed the door to their bedroom. I get it. I mean, Frances is resting, but I'm not going to disturb her, and a closed door is nothing to a natural genius like me. I raise my paws up, and after a few tries, a metal slab that goes up and down to keep the door shut is pushed down. As I fall backwards, I hold onto the slab and the door pulls open. Holy Bastet, is it dark in here. It takes a second for my eyes to adjust to the low light. I can finally make out that guy at Frances's bedside. He's holding her hand under the blanket. I guess while doing something on his techie rectangle with his free hand. Frances seems to be asleep, but there's a mountain between her eyebrows. She looks upset even in her sleep. I hate that so much. Before I get a chance to do anything though, the headless guy speaks. It's done. He won't be able to hurt you again. His voice is so soft that if it wasn't for my amazing hearing, I probably wouldn't have been able to hear it. Francis certainly can't hear him. I guess he took care of that psycho. Well, of course he would. That's the least he could do. I'm so sorry that it's all my fault that this happened to you. Damn you. If you sound that sad while you're saying such things to a person who can't even hear you, how can I attack you now? That'd be so lame. Do you think I'm the kind of cat that'd kick someone while they're down? Well, I'm not, damn you. You won't even let me blame you. I slink out of there feeling defeated, kicking the door shut on my way out. How is Francis? How do you think? She's asleep, probably traumatized. I trust that Rai will make things right. Trust? Can you really say that when he's the reason that this happened in the first place? Don't be unkind, Phaeton. He's at least as upset about this as we are. I hiss in Cream's general direction to show my disapproval, but even I know that she's right. He said that guy won't hurt her again. Well, he is a man with many resources at his disposal. If he said that, it's likely true. We wouldn't have left the attacker alive. Hearing Her Majesty say such a thing calms me down instantly. I'm pretty sure that'd be breaking all sorts of human laws. Still. Her Majesty lets out a long sigh. Keep watch over them. We shall return momentarily. Your Majesty, what do you intend to... But Her Majesty disappears through the window without answering. Oh my gosh, is the next cat story going to be about, Her Majesty going out and murdering a man? That'd be so hype. Don't worry, Cream. Her Majesty doesn't have enough power right now to do anything. Right? Perhaps not, but you should never underestimate a monarch on a mission. When Her Majesty returns sometime later, she looks both angry and amused. Turns out that even a rat will bite when... wait. Get their ass, Your Majesty. Exactly. I'm hoping, because obviously it just like skip past, but I'm hoping that like when we actually get to the next story, that that's all that it is, because that would be so hype. Turns out that even a rat will bite when cornered. She spits out bitterly. It sounds like she lost. She didn't even have to lift her paw to punish the man who attacked Francis. The headless one who was particularly ruthless, I guess. Oh, I'm not sure what happened then. He stopped just short of killing the guy. I'm glad he got revenge for Francis, but I don't know what this means for the relationship. Francis, you better wake up soon. We need you now more than ever, all four of us. Plastico, I like the little T emoji. TP for fun. Oh, I love it. Oh, we are like... It is adorable. Look at it. It's so freaking cute. It reminds me of all the terrible tea I drank. Drunken? Yeah, let's say drunken. I know it's drank, but, you know, whatever. Also, oh my gosh, we are flying through this. We only have 2 left. Wait, it kind of looks like me. Hang on. I need to lean in closer. It's very small on my screen. Hang on, let's pull it open. Oh my gosh, you're right, it does. It looks almost exactly like that, the picture that you drew. Yeah, also, not my neck breaking. Don't mind that. It looks almost exactly like the picture you drew yesterday. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's awesome. Also, what a weird coincidence, too. What a weird coincidence, too. Bendy neck. Listen, whenever I want to get in and see anything close on the screen, I just gotta either break my neck or have a seizure. One of those 2 things has to happen. While Francis has been gone, she has sent her friend to take care of us. I am very grateful for this, of course. Francis and Rai clearly have something important to do, and yet she still thought of our comfort. I am appreciative of Jenna's effort. Now, I like to believe that I am a fairly reasonable, understanding cat. I have never been accused of being unagreeable, no matter which of my 9 lives I've been on. I am always kind, cuddly, and sweet. Sounds just like me. I ask for only two things: that my meals be on time, and that I get my very necessary 18 hours of sleep, if not more. Also sounds like me. And yet, pardon my irritation, but despite my needs being abundantly reasonable, this Jenna has not kept to either of these two things. She is utterly careless and heartless, this one. Not only has our food been at least 5 minutes late or early for every meal. Wait, what? What's wrong with it being early? But once I finished eating and would like to take a pleasant nap with my full belly, she chooses then to follow me around the place and pet me. When I wish for her to pet me, she angrily says that she's busy working. When I worry about her eyes and attempt to block her vision of her glowing flat screen, she becomes cross. When I am fully sated and wish to sleep it off, she pounces on me. She refuses to leave me alone. Of course, that's why cats always like want to jump up and get away of like the TV or your computer or anything. It's because they're trying to save your eyes. Oh my gosh. Also, I love seeing you use the emojis back. It looks like you're just talking to yourself now with the emojis. I must admit that I enjoy her compliments to my fluff in these situations, but still, how is any cat to live in such a situation? I'm starting to catastrophize just like Phaeton. This won't do. When Frances returned briefly to visit with us, I seriously put my paw on her knee and tried to communicate to her that she needs to talk some sense into her friend. I'm not asking for Jenna to be as caring as Frances. We don't have the same relationship with her. It's only natural for her to be a little less understanding. But this is just too much. Let me sleep off my meals in peace. Sadly, Frances did not seem to understand, and the ensuing petting that she gave me utterly distracted me from the task at hand. Her Majesty and Phaeton are no help. Jenna doesn't torment them, you see. Their fur is not nearly so fluffy and pettable as mine, so it stands to reason, of course. Goodness, I cannot believe I am struggling more with Jenna's presence than the headless ones. What was that you said before? Don't make mountains out of molehills? Isn't this just one of those molehills? Hey, well, there's no need to get angry at yourself. What? I love the Kraken. As soon as I look over and see your angry face, the Kraken just appears. Hang on. Squid 2. Hang on. Are all these like different emojis? Squid 2, get out of the way. Squid 1. What number is the head? It's not letting me see it. No, hang on. Oh, Squid 3. Of course. Naturally. Oh, that's so... Wait, oh, there's 4 pieces. Squid 4. That's so fun. That's awesome. Isn't this just one of those molehills? He seems to be enjoying my suffering. Very well, I will allow him this victory just once. Quiet, young one. You don't understand my suffering. I'm sure I've only gotten 15 hours of sleep today. I simply cannot keep my even temper under these circumstances. I'm surprised you're so calm, Phaeton. I thought you of all cats would protest the most when Frances said she was leaving again. Well, I'm just glad she's out and about again, after all that's happened. I think I'm starting to understand what you said before about just wanting Frances to be happy. You are you? That's a relief. I know Her Majesty still doesn't approve of him, but if he can keep that smile on Frances's face, that's all that matters. You sound quite mature. It's my third life, after all. I can't be childish forever. Hearing this reminds me once again that Phaeton is so young, merely a third of my own age. This life I'm on is my last, my 9th. Perhaps that's why I can be so mellow and yet stuck in my ways at the same time. It's a conundrum. Hearing that Krame's on her last life makes the ending where all the cats die a lot sadder. I love this little emoji off you guys are having in the chat. That's awesome. I look up to see Her Majesty perched on the windowsill. Yeah, they die. Yeah, no. There's one of the bad endings is Frances and Rye break up, and then it skips years and years into the future, and it's at the funeral of Her Majesty, and in it she talks about how like, yeah, no, Phaeton, Cream, they already passed on, and Her Majesty held out a lot longer than I thought she would. Like, she's so old for a cat, but even she like eventually passed on, and it's like, it's the saddest ending ever. I can't. Like, I was like getting like choked up when she was like talking about it. It was like genuinely so depressing because she's just saying that like, I lost my boyfriend, I lost my cats, my life isn't going anywhere, I'm so sad and alone, and then it's just, it was the whole thing. Like half of the entire ending was just about like a cat's funeral, and I was just saying like, please stop. I can't handle this. It was so depressing. Granted, it's a bad end, so I expect them to be sad and depressing, but that one was just like, it hit the hardest in the feelings, you know? Especially since the first half was just being mean to Rai, if I'm pretty sure. So it's just being mean to Rai and then losing the cats. It was not a fun time. I look up to see Her Majesty perched on the windowsill. This still isn't as wide as the one at the old apartment, so it's a wonder her fluffy butt fits there. Cats often defy physics, however. Her Majesty looks pensive. She has never been much of a talker, but she's spoken even less since the attack. Sensing her deep worries, I can't help wanting to soothe her. They'll be back before we know it. Even though I'll be sleep deprived in the meantime. She will be happy when they return, will she not? Oh, that was Her Majesty talking. Sorry. Her Majesty must be talking about Francis, of course. We can only put our trust in Rai to ensure her happiness. Nonsense. Francis is capable of ensuring her own happiness. She doesn't need him. Ah, I misspoke. I meant that he'll enhance her happiness. After all, what is a partner for but doubling one's good times and having the bad? Having the badge, you say? Her Majesty sighs. Yes, Cream. Perhaps it is just as you say. She turns her head towards me, and an expression as close to a smile as she can ghosts her features. How many times have you saved us all with such seemingly simple logic? Hey, calling my logic simple is a bit much. I don't have the energy to continue catastrophizing. I struggle with that word so bad. Catastrophizing when happiness is so within reach. We simply have to patiently await Francis's return. It'll all turn out all right. You'll see. Her Majesty turns her head back towards the window and does not reply, but the air around her is much less turbulent than before. Her Majesty takes pity on me after that and begins to divert Jenna's attention after our meals. It doesn't always work, but I appreciate her efforts. I can finally enjoy my post-meal naps at least some of the time. It seems that my final life will continue on with such peaceful days. Alright, we're on the last one. Oh my gosh. It's kind of sad, because after this, we're actually just done with the Headwell loss. It's sort of like, I don't know, it's like saying goodbye to any other long series. It's like saying goodbye to a friend, you know? Like, we've been on this for like how long? When did we start this? It was like, I think like early to mid-spring, I believe. Something like that. And now here we are in like mid-fall, mid-autumn, and it's like, we're finally reaching the end of it. I'm kind of sad to see it go, because I've enjoyed this so much. But, I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things where, like, there's only so long you can prolong things for. I was saying, like, well, maybe I can, like, do another stream where we actually try to 100% it. Although, I did learn that that's very, very difficult to do very recently. I've had people tell me, like, yeah, no, it's, like, basically impossible to do that. So I'm like, maybe not. I think we just need to accept that it's over, essentially, even if it's going to make me sad. But, yeah, here we go with the last story. Oh? Wait, why? This looks like the pictures of Ireland, and I don't remember the cats ever being in Ireland. Maybe this is like a sort of like not an alternate ending, because I unlocked this, I think, by getting all three of the actual endings. So maybe this is like just a continuation of either of the good endings, I mean. We never thought that we would return to these lands. Although we are not originally from the Isles, we have been here often in the past. Our domain was vast, you see. Yet, when we decided to stay by Francis's side, we had given up on crossing the sea within her lifetime, a small sacrifice for the happiness of the group. Sadly, the occasion for which we are here is not one that calls for rejoicing. We were suspicious that you actually brought us all the way here, but you had no intention of letting us meet Francis, did you? Oh, no. Okay, so, more context for the people who don't know. This is the bad ending, and I'm actually really scared to read the story now, because for those who don't know, in the bad ending, we get Rai his head back, and he kind of turns into just a genuine psychopath. He and Francis are kept locked away in, like, the magical mansion and everything. He turns into, like, a complete, like, the neediest person you ever could meet. Like, if, like, Francis is ever even out of sight, he has, like, a mental breakdown. Apparently, it got to the point, like, where Virgil, Rai's friend, came to the house to try and get Francis out, and Rai had to, like, get rid of him, essentially, it sounds like. And then in that, it was implied that Rye had the cats brought to Ireland, but uh-oh, an accident happened and they were lost and never found. I had that inkling that this could be that one, but I was like, oh no, we're not gonna actually watch like Rye kill these cats, are we? That would just be awful. That would just suck. So I hope that doesn't happen. I hope the cats just like actually escape. But like, I don't know, if they escape, they'd probably actually come for Frances or something like that, you know? They wouldn't just leave her to like rot in that house forever, so... So you thought... Wow, that was a struggle. So you saw through my thoughts. I guess that's to be expected if you are who I think you are. We wonder, who does he think we are? Well, 'tis an unkept secret that we are a former queen of the Autumn Court. What? We are not vexed at being found out. Long ago we were cursed to walk this earth with only a fraction of our power, never again to lay eyes upon the autumn lands. Naturally, we were in agony until meeting our dear Frances. We have foreseen many different fates for the two of them, all tragic. We tried to stop it, but to no avail. Hey, some of the endings were good, stop it. Mayhaps this life we think we lead is no more than another dream. Mayhaps none of our dreams were dreams at all, but separate lives lived. One can only hope. Either way, we no longer have regrets. If it takes another 1,000 years for this curse to fade, so be it. And if this be our last day on this earth, so be it. Oh my gosh, he's actually just gonna kill the cats, and we're gonna have to watch it. That's crazy. You must know what sorrow our absence will bring to Frances. There will be 2 cats left after. Her sadness will pass. We scoff at that. Though this being before me looks human, this callousness and lack of feeling. We see that you regained your head, but lost all your humanity. How ironic. It's no use trying to rile me up. As long as Frances stays by my side, I don't care about anything else. I've already given up everything. It's only fair for her to make some compromises too. He means every word. To him, this is truth. Or mayhap he already is capable of telling untruths. The whelp takes an offensive stance. We sense some power in him still. He is not fully human yet. Though we possess but a fraction of our power, we must fight. Frances's freedom depends on it. We lunge, aiming for his throat, and then freeze in midair. Oh my gosh, what is happening? Also, the aura looks like... Okay, I don't know if you guys would see what I'm talking about, but it looks like the aura was like placed like just a couple inches to the right, just to be like a little bit off of his body. That doesn't look quite right. I don't know. Mist, exiled queen of the Autumn Court, once ruler of decay and ruin. We thought it impossible for any being to know our full, true name. For monarchs of the Fey Courts, oh my gosh. They're fairies? I was not expecting it to go this route. Our names are short, but our titles, counted as part of the name, are long. This makes it unlikely for them to be used against us. All along with the name Misty hid a part of our true name. 'Twas in plain sight, yet unseeable. We underestimated him. How long has he prepared for this moment? How long has he known our true name and kept the fact hidden? Long had you reigned, and longer still have you walked this earth in disgrace. Walk no longer with the last of my power, I dismiss you. Okay, so he's not killing them, he's just like sending them away. It's cold. So cold. We feel as if we are floating, yet at the same time we distinctly feel when our body slams into the frozen ground. Frances. Don't worry about Frances. After this, I will never leave her side again. You. Our head flows with memories of another time, another life. Us wiping Frances's memory of him. Frances being distraught and unhappy. Unhappy. This bastard so often makes her unhappy. And yet, he is also capable of bestowing upon her the greatest happiness. Make sure that she is happy after we are gone. If I could be sure of keeping such a promise, why would I have to resort to this? His cold facade breaks at last, but it is of no comfort to us. Ah, what a twisted fate. We can no longer fight it. As our soul is carried away, we pray. Pray that their fate can be untwisted, and that Frances can find happiness on the next turn of the Wheel of Fate. Oh, well, that was a fun time. Again, like, it sounds like he just sent the soul away. Like, maybe she's like, maybe she did die, I'm choosing to believe that she didn't. Granted, I will say, after that, he actually probably killed Phaeton and Cream, because like they also never make it to the mansion, and it doesn't sound like he could send them away the same way. So he either did kill them or just like set them loose in Ireland far away, or did something else with them. So sobbing and crying right now. Oh, for real, that's a mood. That's a mood after that. Again, at least Misty didn't die. That's the main part. I'm choosing to believe that Misty was just sent away somewhere far, far away, and is totally fine. But I was not expecting them to be like the Queen of the Fae, because like whenever they talk about themselves, whenever the cats talk about themselves, it's always like capitalized, like we, us, our. It's always capitalized. So I thought it was just gonna like actually be like, no, like we are like gods or something who have been like sealed in the form of cats or something like that. Granted, it's not like far off from that. It's just like fairies who are turned into cats. You know, it's like basically the same thing. The royal we, yeah, I didn't think about that up until now. Like when it was like revealed that they were fae, I was like, yeah, I guess that makes sense, you know, like the wees and everything still made sense. Because when they were talking about like, oh, like we're magic or whatever, I was thinking it was like maybe it was like a dog's purpose kind of thing, like they die and like reincarnate to help another person. But then I was like, the we are us stuck in the back of my head, so I'm like, no, there's got to be more to them. But like using the royal we makes a lot of sense. I'm sad that took place at the bad end. I was hoping we were gonna get like something of like the good ending. Granted, I really do the bad ending. I loved it. Like it's so dark and sad. It's just one of those things. Like every like line we were reading, I was like feeling like my chest like getting tighter. Like, oh, Rye is so broken, and Francis is not gonna be happy. But it's also like the life that she essentially made for herself in a way and accepted. So it's like, oh, I don't know, but it's still so bad. Especially with the implications of like he got rid of Virgil or like did something to Virgil and then he got rid of the cats too. It's like, granted, it's a little bit less dark now that we actually know what he did to at least one of them. Again, probably killed the other two, but at least one didn't die. So that's a good thing. That's always nice. But yeah, with that, I think we're done with the Head Well Lost. Hang on, I need water. My mouth is very dry. I don't know what it is. Whenever we go to read specifically the Head Well Lost, my mouth just dries up like the desert. Let's go back over here to the just chatting screen. There we go. And let's go ahead and close out of that. No, that was a fun time. I obviously like I wasn't expecting it to be like the grandest story ever. Essentially, I was like, I knew what we were getting into. There were just going to be some silly cats saying some silly things and taking themselves way too seriously, but that's kind of like the bit, you know? That was kind of the whole point, is that it's like kind of dumb. So I'm like, you know, I kind of got exactly what I was expecting out of that, and I'm totally fine with that. It was still a fun time. Still a fun time to like end off reading the Head Well Lost. Again, especially since like I think we ended the last stream with getting the bad end where it was just like super dark and sad, which again I loved it, but you know what, I'm down to have some like happiness and joy, even if Rye is horribly messed up in that last episode. But that's totally fine. But yeah, I've also already talked a lot about like my thoughts on the Head Well Lost in general and a lot of the other streams, especially last one, because again that was like kind of like the finale to it all. So I talked a lot about my thoughts on that one and the one why another person came in here and hit us with the best viewers. Again, thankfully, the bots are doing a better job of keeping them away, but we were just getting spammed with bots today. I don't know what the issue is. I haven't had to deal with a single bot like this in a long time. Not since like coming back and doing all. Actually, no. I think we've had like one bot come back and do all this stuff. But outside of that, like, no, it's been like very clear sailing for the most part. So it's just weird to get like all of this all at the same time. But you know, I already talked like a lot about like my thoughts on the Head Well Lost. It's like super great. I love it. Everything written by Laura that I've read so far between this and Without a Voice has just been great. So we're definitely going to be reading more by them in the future. I'm not entirely sure what. I'm not entirely sure when either. Because again, we got a lot of stuff coming up. We got again all the Stream Jam games. I mean Steam Jam, not Stream Jam, different things. Steam Jam games going on from Studio Laundry. We're still going through Twofold every Wednesday, and then I also want to read some horror themed visual novels for Halloween. Um, and then after all of that, I want to get back into trying to play like some games again, like light RPGs. Like there's a Pokemon ROM hack that I want to try. I want to try Undertale for the first time after it only being out for like a casual like what like 14 years or something like that. When did Undertale come out? I think it's been around 14 years. Actually, no, I think it might have been like around 10 or 12 years ago. Undertale. What is Undertale Yellow? I've never heard of this before. Is this like, I mean, it doesn't say Toby Fox anywhere on it, so I don't think that's like an official Undertale game. Oh yeah, it's a fan made game. There's a Reddit post about it like right under. When did this bad boy come out? 2015. So yeah, just 9 years ago. I've been dodging and weaving around the spoilers for around 9 years now, so we're gonna get into that probably sometime like maybe early to mid November, sometime in there. Because again, we still got a lot of visual novels to read left, and I still want to give my hands a little bit more time to like heal and maybe get better before we get into playing games. Because like the way like the games will work is it'll be like the visual novel streams where we'll just go until my hands start getting like too tired and like hurt too bad, and that will happen a lot faster with playing a video game instead of just pressing the X button every couple of seconds. It's a little bit easier on the hands if you couldn't tell. It's a lot easier. So that'll be the plan for that. But I think with that all being said, I think that's a good place to end the stream. We're gonna go ahead and raid into. Whoop, 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 whoop. I want to make sure I actually spell their name correctly because I'm bad at that. But yeah, no, we're gonna go ahead and raid into Leary. I hope. Wait, there we go. A raid has been made. I hope everyone has a great rest of the day. Thank you so much for coming out. I know this was a bit of a shorter stream. But again, that's because the main plan was just to finish the cat stories, essentially. So that was what we did, and that's where we're going to wrap it. Because I like keeping things like being like, oh, we're going to do this in this stream, and once we're done with that, then we kind of move on. Or like getting dedicated, like we're finishing something in one stream, essentially. Bye-bye, honey. Thank you so much for coming out, dear. I hope you have a great rest of your day. It's night. It's definitely night for you, so it's very late. So have a great rest of your night. Thank you. Bye.